Have you ever unlocked your phone to reply to one message and then spent an hour looking at memes? Have you ever opened Instagram, scrolled on Instagram, gotten bored of Instagram, then closed Instagram and opened it again because you got bored of not being on Instagram? Have you found it hard to just eat a meal without watching something? Have you ever Googled one small piece of information and then fallen into a YouTube black hole of like pimple popping videos? If you or anyone you know has these symptoms, I have terrible news. You might be totally normal. I'm Rekha Jha and I want to know why I can't stop scrolling on Instagram. We aren't addicted by accident. There are huge businesses that run on how much time and attention we spend on these apps. The smartest designers, engineers, and business people in the world are currently, right now, thinking about how to make you scroll more and binge more. They compete with each other for our attention, and they also compete with non-phone activities like calling our moms or reading or like actually meeting friends. The CEO of Netflix once famously said Netflix considers sleep a competitor. But making us choose mindless distraction over sleep or family isn't easy because we aren't completely insane. So these companies have to use a bunch of tricks to make us just insane enough to profit off. These tricks include infinite scroll, so you never know how much time has passed. Red notifications, because red is a psychological trigger color that makes us want to act fast. Pull for rewards, copied from the most addictive game ever invented, the slot machine. Auto-playing the next video before you've had a chance to close this. Tricks that make us feel like we owe people instant engagement, like seen on DMs, online on WhatsApp. Features that make you want to open that app every single day, like streaks on Snapchat and stories that disappear in 24 hours. The best Silicon Valley trick is tracking your likes and dislikes so algorithms can give you tons of content specifically targeted to your weaknesses. They know things about you that you don't know. Like, don't know what you're in the mood to watch? Good thing Netflix has a recommendation algorithm valued at $1 billion and has found 800 shows for your exact taste, mood, and menstrual cycle. This universe, where your attention and data are gathered by a company and then sold to advertisers for money, is called the attention economy. I myself spent 5 years working at an internet company where my job was to get you to spend your time scrolling through videos instead of reading a book. Sorry. When all of our waking mind space became potential profit, something big changed in how we live. Earlier, you'd watch TV, then you'd switch it off and you'd sit alone with your thoughts. You'd watch a movie, and then you'd go home alone with your feelings. You'd meet friends for a little bit, and then you would return to quiet solitude. The actors or your friends didn't follow you into your bedroom and shout at you to buy face pack at 2 a.m. Now they kinda do. We enter the attention mall as soon as we wake up, and we're there right until we fall asleep at night. We dip back into it for every dull nanosecond of the day. Our minds are literally never idle, which may sound like a good thing, but actually not giving our brains regular, undistracted alone time is one of the worst things we can do to ourselves. Tristan Harris, a former product manager at Google and a man that I have a massive crush on, came up with a terrifying term for what happens when the attention economy replaces our idle minds. He calls it human downgrading. Casual. Tech companies keep upgrading ways to take our attention, and as a result, downgrading our mind's abilities to do really normal human things like focus, reflect, spend quality time with loved ones, have nuanced opinions, and process our own emotions. Regular quiet alone time makes us more creative and productive. It improves relationships, it lowers stress. And when you think your mind is just bored and wandering, it's actually coming up with your best ideas. That's why many geniuses have been cheerleaders for solitude. Bill Gates goes away to a forest alone for 2 weeks every year with no phone. Virginia Woolf told us to be in rooms alone. Einstein said creativity comes from solitude. When he was president, Obama spent 5 hours alone every night after dinner. And Susan Sontag famously said, "Genius requires solitude." Now we can go years without spending 5 minutes unstimulated and alone, and it's ruining us. After 10 years with a smartphone and a social media addiction, I stopped being able to read a book, chat with a friend for hours, watch a whole movie undistracted, enjoy a sunset without photographing it, work with deep focus, even fall asleep. I couldn't be alone unless I was watching, scrolling, sharing, binging, or chatting. I forgot how to sit still and think. Made a mistake at work? I drowned the shame in 11 episodes of Mad Men instead of processing it. Started a huge, unnecessary fight with a boyfriend? I just scroll and scroll until the bad feeling went away. One trick is to think of your attention like you think of money. Budget it. First, you set chunks of it aside for things you absolutely need, like reading, a hobby, quality time with yourself, with friends, and then spend on TikTok when your needs are met. Before I budgeted my attention, I read like maybe one book a year. This year, I've read 18 already. Thank you. Practice saving your attention. I use a timer on my phone to set phone down time. In those chunks of time, I'm allowed to read, walk, nap, do anything, just not give attention to the attention economy. A year ago, I could only go 6 minutes without checking my phone, and it's gradually increased to 2 hours. And guess what? The world doesn't end if I miss a call or reply to a text a little late, but my mind feels brand new. Turn off notifications you don't need. They're like attention auto debits. Most of them give you no urgent information, but when you're distracted from a thought, one study said, it can take 23 minutes and 15 seconds to get back to deep focus. And my final tip, remember, when your attention is taken without you choosing to give it, you are getting dumber and Mark Zuckerberg is getting richer. If you need a reminder of this every time you're tempted to unlock your phone, I highly recommend using this wallpaper. And if you want to resist your own human downgrading, please use this one. The scramble to steal your attention and turn it into other people's money is going to get more and more intense as tech and advertising evolve. So practice having control over it now. That way you will be at an advantage when all the rest of us are brain-dead screen zombies. And now, I guess you've earned it. Go ahead, check your phone. If you'd like to see more videos about why we do the things we do, like, share and subscribe to Vitamins 3. And if there's a special topic you think we should cover, let me know in the comments below.